Good morning, children. We are continuing the chapter body fluids and circulation. And this module we will be studying two concepts: coagulation of blood or clotting of blood, and the lymph or tissue fluid. Coagulation or clotting of blood is the process of stoppage of blood flow at the point of injury. When we develop a cut by chance or some accidents, you can see the blood comes out of the body. So at this point of blood coming to the cut, after 1 or 2 minutes time, the blood will be clot. So this clot really is a mesh-like structure. We call this clot coagulum. C-O-A-G-U-L-A-M. Coagulum is the mesh-like network of fibrin proteins. Fibrin proteins. It is formed from fibrinogen. You might have studied fibrinogen. Okay? Fibrinogen becomes fibrin protein and becomes the clot or coagulum. And this mesh-like structure traps the blood cells and blood contents, so that the blood will not come out of the cut. So this is what is called clotting. What is the scientific reaction behind the clotting process? While clotting, you can see that inactive fibrinogen in the blood contain inactive fibrinogen, blood plasma contain inactive fibrinogen, that will be converted to fibrins directly. Two things it needs to convert this fibrinogen in the plasma into fibrin mesh or fibrin clot. Two things are required. The first is the enzyme thrombin. This enzyme thrombin is formed from inactive prothrombin in the plasma. So inactive prothrombin is converted to active thrombin enzyme active thrombin by another enzyme called thrombokinase. So we can understand, in the plasma there is inactive prothrombin that will be converted to active thrombin enzyme by another enzyme in the blood called thrombokinase. It is one factor required for the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin mesh clot. Another factor we can say platelets. Platelets now at the point of injury or when we get this trauma, when the blood comes out, that creates a trauma in our mind. Or in such fear, the platelets disintegrate or break off and produce certain factors. That factor helps in the conversion of the fibrinogen into fibrin clot. Calcium ions are also required in this process. So platelets releases certain factors like calcium factors, many other factors, and that will favor or promote the conversion of inactive fibrinogen into inactive fibrin. So this is what is called the clotting of the blood. Once again, during the clotting time, at the point of injury, what is formed? The fibrin mesh or clot is formed. The clot is a mesh-like structure which can trap the blood cells. So the blood cells will not come out through the clot or coagulum. You got this? And you can understand this fibrin mesh clot form from fibrinogen, inactive fibrinogen present in the plasma. To convert this inactive fibrinogen into active fibrin mesh or clot, one enzyme is required, that is called the thrombin enzyme. Thrombin is formed from prothrombin, inactive prothrombin present in plasma. So the inactive prothrombin in the plasma is converted to thrombin by another enzyme thrombokinase. This is the first factor for clotting the blood. Second factor is form platelets. When we develop this injury and trauma, the platelets disintegrate and produce certain factors like calcium factors. That factors favor the conversion of inactive fibrinogen into active fibrin. So these are the two important factors. And this fibrin or clot or coagulum is a mesh-like structure which prevent the blood cells and the blood contents from coming out. So it will act as a protective mesh around the cut or wound. You got this idea? Very clear? Very clear. Okay? Right. Now, we are coming to the second subtopic, lymph. Everybody knows lymph is a fluid present in the blood. How is lymph flow formed? You know, there are minute arteries called capillaries. You know that, capillaries. We have capillaries. What are capillaries? Very minute blood vessels. Very minute blood vessels. The blood flowing through the blood vessels are under high pressure. Particularly in the capillaries, blood flows under high pressure. So this high pressure will allow the blood to filter out. Filtering of the blood outside. These are the tissues. Okay? Tissues. What are they? They are tissues of our body. So the fluid filtered out through the walls of the capillaries will be filled around where in the space between the tissues. Hence it is called the tissue fluid. What is a lymph? Lymph is the fluid that is filtered out through the narrow pores in the capillaries. When the blood flows through the capillaries, the blood is filtered. That filtered substance we call lymph, which is devoid of proteins, because the pores are too small. The proteins cannot come out of the capillaries. We got this idea? And now the fluid, which is colorless fluid, that will be colorless fluid, that is stored in between the space of the tissue, is called the tissue fluid or lymph. It is devoid of protein, no proteins. It is devoid of proteins. No proteins are present here. No proteins. Okay, you got this idea? What is the function of this lymph? Actually, lymph is collected by lymphatic vessels. Lymph will flow through the lymphatic vessels. Lymphatic vessels. And all the lymphatic vessels together form the veins. There are many veins. Now, from the veins, it is passing through the lacteals. And finally, it will be circulated throughout the body. The lymph also contains fats. Lymph contains fats. So main thing, fats, hormones, enzymes, everything the lymph contains. Sometimes food dust, but no proteins. Those proteins are big molecules which cannot be filtered out through the capillaries. You got it? Yes? Now, the lymph contains certain cells called the lymphocytes. LYMPHOCYTES, lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are very important blood cells. There are T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes which produces antibodies which provide immunity. Antibodies can kill the antigen pathogens, thereby strengthening our immune system and protecting our body from the pathogens. So, lymph is a fluid that contains the cells called the lymphocytes, which produces, T lymphocytes, which are two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B and T lymphocytes, which we have studied earlier. B and T lymphocytes. These B and T lymphocytes produce what? Antibodies. That will strengthen our immune system and kill the antigen pathogens. So thereby the lymphocytes strengthen our immune system. So we can understand lymph is the fluid that is drained out through the narrow pores in the capillaries. That fluid will fill around the space in the tissues. Hence, lymph is called tissue fluid, which is colorless and no protein molecules. Okay. The lymph will be collected through the lymphatic vessels and then it will flow into the veins, main veins. Now the lymph is the fluid that contains fats, hormones, enzymes and cells called lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are of two categories, T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes, which produces antibodies in our body, and antibodies can kill the pathogen. Antigenic pathogens. Such action will strengthen our immune system. So I hope you got this idea. First one is coagulation of blood and second one is lymph. Very clear?